Hi, everybody. Welcome back into UFO Fantasy Football. I'm Jackson, and today we are going to do a mock draft, a Dynasty mock draft, in fact. This is prepping for our own UFO Fantasy Football League, and I have the one spot. Lucky me. So I think I'm going to do a quick mock draft, and I think we should just get right into it. Start it over here. Ding. I think I'd be incredibly silly to not go with Jonathan Taylor first overall. I do. One of these times I'm going to try Justin Jefferson first pick and see how my team turns out. But I like having just a stud running back. I think you can't really go wrong with Jonathan Taylor. I hope he doesn't get hurt. No prior injuries, I don't believe. So it should be looking pretty good. And this is, if you want to take a look at the roster here, 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 3 wide receiver, 1 tight end, 1 flex, no kicker, no defense. Okay, 2 quarterbacks already off the board. And I've done a couple mock drafts already from this spot. And I've found that I really like taking Mark Andrews and then like another stud running back. I think in this case, well, in a dynasty league, I would probably take a younger guy, right? But I really like Aaron Jones this year. It's probably between Aaron Jones or Saquon Barkley for me. I think I usually go Saquon, so I'm going to go Aaron Jones. And then I could go Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle, T. Higgins, but all those guys, they're kind of fighting with the other guy in their offense. Like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are obviously together, and T. Higgins has Jamar Chase to compete with. So I think I'm actually going to go Mark Andrews and shore up my number 1 tight end. And then 3 quarterbacks have already gone off the board, which is kind of surprising. But I guess they want a good quarterback for the dynasty. But I'm more of a fan of taking a late round quarterback. I think it's not much of a difference in the points per game. Like after the whole year is done, it's like I think last year it was 5 points per game from the number 1 quarterback to the number 12. And for other positions, it's like 9 or so. So it's definitely not as important for a quarterback. All right. But I definitely do want some good wide receivers. Taking a look at the quarterbacks, but with 2, 4, 6 of them already gone, I think I can wait another round and still maybe get like Trey Lance or Matt Stafford maybe. Ezekiel Elliott is pretty interesting here, but I need 3 wide receivers for my starters. So I think I'm going to go with DJ Moore, little boost up with Baker Mayfield, and Michael Pittman, who I absolutely love this year with Matt Ryan. He's got really nobody to compete with, and Matt Ryan usually just hyper targets his best wide receiver. Look at Julio Jones or Calvin Ridley for the 1 year when he was gone. And DJ Moore, DJ Moore is definitely the alpha in that offense too. Robbie Anderson's not really that much of a deal. Okay. See, and look at that. No other quarterbacks went off the board. So, I think I might take a look at a quarterback. I love Jalen Hurts this year. Also love Russell Wilson. Dak Prescott should be pretty good. But I also know that running backs take a big drop off after these guys. Ooh, and I still need another wide receiver to start. And I see Mike Williams and Darnell Mooney there. And honestly, no, I think I can probably get one of these guys. Allen Robinson, Brandon Cooks, Gabe Davis, George Pickens on the way back. So I might go RB. I still might go wide receiver. I might go Darnell Mooney, the only wide receiver in Chicago that Justin Fields is going to throw to. Should have a really great year if Fields kind of steps up his game. And I think I'm going to go with another running back just because I don't love the running backs after these guys. So I think I'm going to take Tony Pollard. In a dynasty, I think Zeke is going to kind of wane off a little bit, and Tony Pollard's been getting an increase in volume. Plus, Kareem Hunt I don't really love, and the other 2 were Miles Sanders and Damian Harris, who I had Damian Harris last year. He was kind of meh, if putting it nicely. And Miles Sanders also kind of got off his goal line touches stolen. I think he got like 0 touchdowns. I think within the red zone, maybe. Don't quote me on that. Okay, I think I need to shore up a quarterback. And yeah, some of those guys are still here for the wide receivers that I wanted. So I'm going to take Trey Lance. In a Dynasty league, I think he's excellent. I mean, it's only his second year, and he should be the starter, assuming everything goes well. Running back, I would consider Dameon Pierce here, but I would like more depth at the wide receiver position. And Brandon Cooks and Chase Claypool are here. And I really want to go Claypool, but Cooks is super tempting just because Cooks is so consistent, and we don't really know what Claypool is going to bring us. But I think we have 3 guys that are going to produce consistently. I think Chase Claypool in a Dynasty league, he could explode. Maybe Trubisky or Pickett, they hyper target him and not Deontay. And I don't know if the Steelers are even going to sign Deontay back after this year. I'm going to go Chase Claypool here. I've been noticing I take Claypool a lot more recently, just for that. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen in the future with him and the quarterbacks in Pittsburgh? Okay, so wide receivers, they're definitely going off the board pretty quickly. I was really hoping Isaiah Spiller would be there for me. That's unfortunate for me. Okay, so I don't know if you guys saw, but we did just do our top 12 quarterbacks. And number 12 for us was Derek Carr, who I might snag here just because of the question marks with Trey Lance. Just because we don't know if he's actually going to be the starter. But Derek Carr, he is. He is definitely going to be the starter. Now, Tom Brady is also interesting. Maybe I take Tom Brady, actually. Because I think we have Tom Brady 10th overall. And he's just like a sure thing. So, I'm gonna pivot to Tom Brady there. I think I just kind of looked over his name, to be honest. And I think I would like... Alan Lazard is interesting. Calvin Ridley is interesting. He's suspended this year, but after that, he should be high flying. But I just think running backs drop off really quickly. I'm gonna take Tyler Algier here, just because I don't know if Cordero Patterson's really gonna have the workload this year in Atlanta, and they probably are gonna use him more as a wide receiver, or I hope so, honestly. And so they're gonna have to give the different running back touches, and I think that's going to be the rookie, because why would they draft him? Okay. So a lot of quarterbacks went there, and a few tight ends as well. Oh, who we got here? Rondale Moore could be interesting, and I do like Wan'Dale Robinson as well for the rookie for the Giants. Just gonna look around and see who else is here. I might take Irv Smith, honestly, as a really good backup tight end, just in case something happens to Mark Andrews. I think I'm going to do that. Shore up a backup. And I don't... So, my thought here is I really love Khalil Herbert. I think he could be great, but if it's going to be anything like last year, they are not going to give him anything if David Montgomery is healthy. So I'm looking at Nyheim Hines because I have Jonathan Taylor. I think that's where I'm going to go, just to shore up a backup in case anything happens to him. I want his backup for sure. I think Sleeper thought that was a reach, but I don't think he would be there on the way back. Yeah, there goes Khalil Herbert. 4 running backs are already gone, and I think Hines was the 5th. So, yeah, a lot of running backs are going. I would not have gotten Hines on the way back. Okay, definitely want to get a couple more receivers. I think I'm good with running backs. I got 5, a couple young ones. I really only have 1 piece of depth for receiver, so I definitely think I'm going to get a couple receivers here. Only 5 rounds left. So I'm going to go Jacoby Myers. I think... if there is going to be an alpha in New England, it's going to be him. He had a pretty decent year last year. He just didn't have the touchdowns. But hopefully that changes. I would like to see that happen. And I'm going to go Marquez Valdez-Scantling as well. I just read a report that it looks like he's the number one receiver, or at least he's doing the best in camp right now. So if I'm going to have Patrick Mahomes as possible number one receiver in the 15th round, yeah, I think I'm going to take that all day, every day. I can't really complain about that. And he's like my 6th receiver. Yeah, I'll take that upside. All right, so I think I might take a 3rd quarterback just in case Trey Lance doesn't work out and Tom Brady retires after this year. I'm going to want someone else. And I really like Davis Mills. He did just as well as Tua last year for the Dolphins, and Mills was a rookie. He definitely kind of proved himself with having no weapons besides Brandon Cooks. And I think he's actually a really talented quarterback, so I'm going to take him. And as a running back or receiver, I don't know what I want. So Darrell Williams is interesting. The fact that the Cardinals signed him, but I saw that Eno Benjamin was actually taking over the secondary role. So I might actually come back and take Eno Benjamin in the last round. So I might snag a better receiver here. And I think so. I love Tim Patrick this year, but he's 28 years old, which he's older than I thought, which is kind of crazy. So I think I'm going to go Khalil Shakir here, a rookie for the Bills. I mean, if you're tied to Josh Allen, that's going to be pretty good. Or Josh Palmer, who he just took over the 3rd wide receiver spot in LA. Took over Jalen Guyton. So he's definitely proving himself. I think he's only in the 2nd year now. And if anything happens to Keenan Allen, or I'm sure Mike Williams is going to get hurt at some point, I think he's going to have a pretty good time. And he's attached to Justin Herbert, who we have as our 2nd quarterback. Josh Allen's our 1st. So Khalil Shakir and Joshua Palmer. I think we're going to Palmer just because he's kind of been proving himself. And I haven't really heard much for Shakir. And I live near Buffalo. So, I feel like I would hear it. Ooh, Calvin Austin's there too. I always kind of forget about him. He was a rookie for the Steelers. Supposed to be insanely fast. And only have heard good things about him. Okay. Well, no running backs, man. That's kind of insane. So I could take Mark Ingram because Alvin Kamara is probably going to be suspended for at least 6 games. Don't know that for sure. Darrell Williams, like I said, is interesting. So is Eno Benjamin. And, that's a tough decision for me. Even Dearness Johnson, honestly. If anything happens to Chubb like it did last year, Dearness Johnson's going to get a lot of work. This is actually very close. Well, they're projecting Mark Ingram to get the most points, which is kind of insane. But I think I'm going to take Darrell Williams on the off chance that James Conner gets hurt because, I don't like saying injury prone, but he has been injured in the past, so you don't know what happens. It can happen to anybody. I'm going to take Darrell Williams just because, the Cardinals went out and traded for him. They're going to give him a role of some sort. And, Eno Benjamin's still going to be there. So if after week 1, you see Eno Benjamin getting a little bit of work and you don't see Darrell Williams, you just drop him and pick up Eno Benjamin. It's that easy. Okay, woof. And here is the final roster. I can't bring this up anymore. That's annoying. But we got Trey Lance, Jonathan Taylor, Aaron Jones, DJ Moore, Michael Pittman, Darnell Mooney, Mark Andrews, and Tony Pollard starting. That sounds pretty good. The only thing I don't love is my flex, but I would probably put Claypool in there to start. And I got Tom Brady, Tyler Algier, Irv Smith, Nyheim Hines, Jacoby Myers, MVS, Davis Mills, Josh Palmer, and Darrell Williams on my bench. I'm not mad about that at all. I think this starting lineup is super good. And in Dynasty, most of these guys are pretty young, except Aaron Jones. And Mark Andrews getting a little older, but I'm not really worried about that. Look at Travis Kelce. He's just producing all day, every day, nonstop. But yeah, I think that's going to do it. If you guys like this, like and comment, let me know. I can do this from other positions. I don't have to do Dynasty. I can do redraft. Whatever you guys want to see, just comment down below and I'll try to make it happen. All right. Until next time. See ya.